Hey y'all. So, the holidays are officially upon us. Halloween is going to be here in a little over a week now. And so, of course, with that comes the question, how are these holidays going to affect our eating plan, right? So, the holidays are a very, very difficult time for so many of us in this group. And there are lots of reasons why they can be difficult, of course, but I think that the two major reasons, the first one is because we are surrounded by people who don't necessarily have the same nutrition goals that we do, or maybe they don't have any nutrition goals, or maybe they do have nutrition goals, but they just kind of let them go during the holidays and they don't really think about it. So when you're surrounded by people like that, of course, it makes your task doubly hard because now, not only are you trying to work these habits and these things that you don't naturally do necessarily on your own, but you're also having to go upstream. And it doesn't matter how independent you are. If you're trying to go against the flow, that makes the road tougher, right? So that's the first reason the holidays are difficult. The second reason the holidays are difficult is because we also have all of these wonderful, loving people that are surrounding us with all sorts of food that, especially if you're in the one and done program, it's food that you can eat. You just can't eat all of it. You can't eat all of it at once, right? And so it's very easy when you're surrounded by all this food to just sort of, I'm just gonna let myself indulge here and there. And, in the end, it kind of comes down to like, well, everyone's doing it, so I'll just do it too. And so that can oftentimes give us problems, right? And so I know I'm already having clients that are asking like, what are we going to do around the holidays? And so I just wanted to come on here and encourage you that there's a way. So one thing I want to invite you to consider is in those moments when, say, you're at a holiday party or someone has brought you this food and you are presented with this option of, do I eat it or do I put it off or what do I do about this? You might think that in that moment, indulging or going to the party and doing what everybody else is doing will give you happiness. It might give you momentary happiness, but in our one and done program, what the coaches and I always talk about is what's the cost of the choice that you make, right? What are you having to pay in order to get that? And so your momentary happiness that you might have in that moment, what are you trading it for? And one thing that I have found in my own life is when I take that momentary happiness, oftentimes what I'm trading that for is shame, guilt, and anxiety later on, in the form of maybe you wake up the next day and you weigh heavy, or maybe you wake up in January and you've got the gift that keeps on giving in the form of a larger waistline and a gift that it doesn't go away easily, right? And so there's a whole market for people that they let go of their plan or they don't have a plan for the holidays, and then they get to January and they're dealing with this extra weight. And then sometimes it goes into February and March, and sometimes it goes into the year or many years after, right? And so the antidote to this, of course, is preparedness, is to be prepared. And so I'm not going to go into a deep dive of all the tools and all the ways to be prepared now. If you are in the one and done program, you are going to be having coaching calls in the next few weeks. And the big thing that I want you to consider going into those coaching calls is how do you want, not just how do you want to feel at the party or when you're with your family and they've got all this amazing food that they're offering you. I want you to consider how you're going to feel the day after and how you're going to feel in January. And when you get to January, looking back over this holiday season, what is going to translate this holiday season into being a win for you, or into being a massive loss? And so for some people, what we always ask our clients to consider, and this is what whether you're in the one and done or not, this is what I'd like you to consider. Do you, at the end of this season, do you want to keep moving towards your goals? Do you want to put your goals on pause? Or are you okay if you wake up the day after Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas, and you weigh a little bit heavier. Or let's say you gain about 5 to 10 pounds this holiday season. Are you okay with that? For some people, they are okay. And if that's you, if you're like, you know what, I'm okay if I backtrack a little over the holiday season, then that's awesome. You will know accordingly how to move forward with your holiday season. If you're like, you know what, I don't want to backtrack, but I don't want to keep on moving towards my goals necessarily, then that's great. You've got another expectation you can work with moving into the holidays. Or if you still want to keep moving towards your goals, then you'll know how you can proceed to plan for the holiday season. So especially if you're in the one and done and you've got a coaching call coming up with one of your coaches, then answer that question ahead of time. And then when you sit down with your coach can help you make a plan. So I hope this helped. Remember, the holiday season, it should be a joyous occasion and one that hopefully puts a smile on your face and not one that causes guilt, shame, and anxiety. So I think having a plan is the way to be. And I look forward to connecting to some of you in our coaching calls. If you have any questions, definitely shoot them down below, and on come the holidays. Talk soon, you guys.